Mr. Croner complained about gas. As a property manager, I can complain about the amount of snow that fell this and speaking with Butch, we have a surplus of salt. I was wondering if I could have a long one a couple of times. I have a handout. I'm going to speak this evening to absentee managers. I have a handout which bullet points my discussion.
Dan, would you please explain that you are a property manager and that's the reason for...
I'm a property manager and I'm here to speak to absentee managers. The handout has bullet points of my discussion and also information collected from two sources. The 2000 census, which tells us we have 18,000 households in town. I also used an arbitrary number of 30% of those houses being rental properties. Now understand that's an arbitrary number. It's a difficult number to come up with, but I think we're pretty close. So using that information, let's say we have 5,000 rental properties in the city of Wilkes-Barre. I also took information from the city budget that says we generate $18,000 worth of revenue from rental, the issue of rental licenses. That divided by 2, because it's an every other year process at $35, which would tell us that we're capturing 20% of the available properties out there on an annual basis. I believe that information alone would tell us that the current system can be lacking some effective use. Which brings me to why I'm here this evening. I established a property management company approaching 5 years ago and represent well over 100 units owned by out-of-town landlords. We purchase our licenses, we perform the appropriate inspections as called for by the landlord ordinance number 63 of 2004. Of 10 to 20 prospective tenants I speak with on a daily basis when questioned where they would like to live, a solid 25% answer anywhere but Wilkes-Barre. Don't misinterpret my motive. It's not because it lacks my ability to generate income. It's because I grew up here, and I can't say today that I disagree with those people's concerns. I'd like to offer a few insights for thought, which I believe would be the foundation to a long-term solution. As I see it, the ordinance needs to push, not pull landlords. Most investors don't even know the ordinance exists. Fines need to be stiff, escalating, and if at all possible, lienable. The ordinance needs to conform to Pennsylvania state licensing laws, which calls for a licensed agent to manage the properties. Property managers and the properties they manage need to be recorded in City Hall before any licenses or inspections are issued. An attempt could be made to create a board of property managers who meet and report to council. The intent here is to control the activities within those represented properties. My point being, if there's 10 or 15 people doing what I'm doing, and they represent anywhere between 50 and 200 properties, and is attached to City Hall. City Hall is going to have a pretty good feel of those properties, therefore focus on the properties that would be then outside the ordinance. From a standpoint of coding, the job scope of the coding officer needs to be reevaluated. It should give the officer the support allowing them more authority when dealing with landlords not conforming with the ordinance. The geography of the coding officer should not be random. Their areas of responsibility should be more defined to that of the city's districts. From a magistrate level, the local offices need to be informed of the revisions and urged to reject landlord-tenant hearings that do not conform with the specifics of the ordinance. The rejected hearings then need to be reported to City Hall for follow-up, action, and possible resolution. I'm going to assume let's assume no one knows how to file for a landlord-tenant hearing. When you file at the local offices, the landlord's name, address, and contact information is on there, as well as the tenant. Let's face it, if it's getting in front of a magistrate, it's most likely a problem property. That piece of paper stays with the office. When that landlord leaves and is rejected, you still have a problem property out there. So there's got to be, because if Mr. Kane and Mr. Murillo are not seeing those hearings and are rejecting them, you still have a property that needs to be dealt with. But you know who it is. If that's the case and the coding officer is responsible for a specific district, then that address falls on somebody's desk and it doesn't fall into a black hole. From a law enforcement standpoint, make no mistake about it, our frontline police officers are outstanding in their dedication and performance of their duties. However, I struggle with higher levels of management having no need for statistics, no means or needs for tracking license plates, resist cooperation with neighborhood watch groups, and lacks acting on information supplied by sources like taxi companies. Quite frankly, if I was involved with the agency that gave us the grant for the camera system, I'd take my money back. These attitudes need significant change, or the efforts of all the previously mentioned actions would be in vain. In summary, the idea behind my observations is to let the surrounding municipalities that don't have an ironclad plan for dealing with non-conforming landlords and the tenants they bring deal with the problems we're dealing with now. I appreciate your time. I wish you the best of luck in the upcoming
Can
elections.
you get a copy of your letter?
Of my letter?
That little note that you just read from with some of your ideas?
Well, there's some information here that
Okay.
I don't want. No, I'm kidding. The notes that I gave you have bullet
Is it in
points to
your-
everything
okay.
that I
All right,
spoke.
fine. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anyone? Okay, thanks, Dan. Anna, I forgot about you. Do you have anything that you want to offer?
No. Well, I mean, we're still continuing to celebrate it, so if anybody's willing to be for a great cause.
Okay. And I just noticed a young man over in the corner there. You're here for your Eagle badge?
Yes.
Which are you looking for? Are your communications? Are you here for your civil?
And, citizenship
Okay. And your name is?
regulation.
And how old are you?
Well,
12. Okay. So you've got a few years you can keep working on it, right? Don't give it up. All right. Don't quit. All right. You get your Eagle Scout before girls come into your life. All right. You got it. Okay. All right. Mr. Katabaski, please. I'm sorry. Oh, Tony, the parade on Sunday. What time you want to talk about it briefly?
Everybody has to be lined up at 1:30, and I think the parade starts at 2.
Okay. All right. State your name and address for the record, please.
Bob Kowalski, 41 New Frederick Street, and talked about several issues. I don't have one specific item on my paper I filled out, but I just wanted to make a statement. Mrs. Kane, I think that the way you treat me, and I think it's wrong that you keep interrupting me. You're having me removed out of these meetings illegally. It's been 2 different situations where I've been touched by the police department to be removed, and I'm just going to warn you. You're not going to get away with this.
Go ahead.
Well, Mrs. Kane, I'm talking to you. I think can you at least pay attention?
I am. Go ahead, please.
All right, I think what you're doing is wrong, it's unprofessional, and it's ignorant. And there's no doubt that you and your husband have a political vendetta against me, and you vent it at every opportunity.
Bob, let's keep it on city business and not bring up anybody's spouses or relatives.
All right, now, on this towing situation, I want to compare it to the ambulance situation. And the reason I keep bringing it up is because of my involvement with gangster Bill Brace, and that's why I'm in this
Okay.
situation.
Mr. Brace has nothing to do with this.
Well, that's how I get it. I know, but that's how I got it. He told me nothing would happen to me, and that's how Tom Layton got the upper hand on it.
Please continue.
Okay, now, I think what council should do, in all fairness, because the citizens of this city and the insurance companies are being robbed. And the solution I think I came up to is we should tell them, and Bill, you were there, you were there when I took over, and I refused to give a kickback to the city. And exactly what was in the file happened here. Now we have the mayor, he's received, I think, $10,000 or $20,000 in campaign contributions from the city tower. We have the situation where the commissioners were told about the Overborough Bakery would be used for townhouses. We end up with a towing yard after they were basically misled. And a solution I'm coming up with this is there's just so much collusion here, especially when you take a look at the Wilkes-Barre Police Department. You got the police lieutenant, Lieutenant Hughes, who was involved with LAG, getting cars on consignment and selling them on a car lot on Blackman Street. He was also provided with 3 license plates from the car dealer. How could this be? How is this fair? Shows you the collusion. Another thing is, Chief DeSoy's secretary's husband was running LAG for 6.5 years, or worked there. How is this fair? I mean, there's another police officer that was employed by LAG, towing cars. And I think that the people should be made aware of this, that you all know about this. And I think the way we can end this is, I think the people should be told that the Wilkes-Barre police should be able to hand out and say, look, you're getting robbed. You could call your own tower and have it a fraction of the cost. But we're paying $3 and $5 and $6 and $700 a tow. And I've talked to the insurance companies. It's off the charts. And I think the people should be made aware of all the collusion that's going on in this police department. I told you, I went to the FBI to tell them what's going on. And I told them I was afraid because the Chief DeSoy, how many people he knows. And the FBI agent, Joseph Noon, never told me that him and Jerry DeSoy go to dinner. So it's like you're beat no matter which way you go. What I think council should do is, I think all of you should go down to LAGs and look at the prices, come up and I'll show you what we were charging. We were charging $70 and $75. They're off the charts now. And it's not LAG that's doing anything wrong. It's the mayor who gave them the contract. But I think what council should do is go down there, look at the prices, look at what I was charging, and they should make the police hand out a paper saying, this is a warning. This is what you're going to pay, because it's robbery. Every time somebody gets their car, I'm constantly hearing how much it costs to tow the cars. And in all fairness, I think that the people should be made aware of this. And I don't think it's fair. I mean, the mayor has done everything in his world possible to let this thing just keep going on. And he lied. I say, in my opinion, he lied to this council, because Kathy, you were one of the biggest supporters. Oh, it's just come to the point where we just can't take no more, Mr. Kalabowski. The whole entire council will do whatever we got to do. But look what your actions led to. And you're sitting here not doing nothing about it. I mean, can you imagine, how would you feel doing funerals? You're only getting paid $75 a funeral. All of a sudden they give it to this guy, and the guy's charging whatever he wants to do a funeral.
City business.
Well, I'm just making a comparison. I'm not doing nothing wrong. But I think council should act on it. Tony, you were there. I told you what was going on. How would you like to be selling hot dogs for $7?
That's 5 minutes. Thank you.
Anybody have any questions? Okay, thank you, Mr. Kazabowski.
All right. Now, last week I asked for extra time. When could I get extra time?
Well, the request for tonight's meeting, the request was denied, but you're more than welcome to, seek
All right,
additional.
but now I have other stuff to talk. I can't finish because I wanted to bring up about the
Not
ambulance.
Not
tonight.
tonight.
Well, how is this fair?
Anybody have any questions for Mr. Kazabowski? See you next 2 weeks from now.
So in other words, I can't finish to
Do I
make
have
my
a
point
motion
with
to
the
adjourn?
ambulance? Because the ambulance don't
Do
pay
I have a
no
motion to
kickback.
adjourn? Tony, second.
Here we go again.